Hey guys, I just wanted to give you a little demonstration here on our ruler for the 2021 Shop Hop. We're kind of doing premiering two things along with another thing along with our ruler. The Quilted Hearts silicone pressing mat is a really ingenious little invention because you don't end up with burn marks on your hands when you're trying to get your binding set. So what you do, basically, you get your binding pressed and then you put it through each one of these little holes just like this. Once you get it through and you get it set, you place your iron right here and you start to pull, and you can pull your binding directly through here, pressing it at the same time, and before you know it, your entire binding is pressed and ready to be put on your quilt. Now, once you get this done, for years I have done mitered corners on all of my quilts. I did not learn the standard method that a lot of people use today. I learned to use a mitered corner tool. However, the tool that I used for years, I loved it, but I had to get two extra things to go along with it in order to make it work. With this one, you're going to notice here that there is a 1/4 inch line right here. And after you trim your quilt, you're going to lay that 1/4 inch right along the edge of your quilt, and you're going to take this and you're going to mark your 1/4 inch line. Then you're going to come to the other side of your quilt, lay that 1/4 inch right down there, and you're going to mark it again. As you can tell then, when you do that on each side, you've got your ending line for your ending point on one side and your starting point on the other. Now, when you start to attach your binding, and this works if you're going to do machine binding or hand binding. It doesn't matter which method you use, but you're going to start right at your 1/4 inch mark, back tat a little bit, and sew all the way across until you get over here to this point, and back tat again. And when you get all 4 corners done, they're going to look like this. And this is the perfect example of what will happen if you don't back tat when you end and start. When you're going to be moving this, your stitching will come out. It's going to throw the whole thing off. So make sure you do that and get it done. Now, when you've got this on here, and you've got all 4 corners looking like this, you're going to fold this right along the seam, and you're going to do a finger press, just like this. And when you open it up, you're going to have a nice gully here that you can draw a straight line in. Frixion pens work great for this. And you can press it along, you can draw your line right on there. Now, on the center of the miter tool, you notice that there is a straight line right here at the corner, right here at the 90-degree angle. So you're going to put that line directly on top of the line that you just drew, and you're going to notice that these tick marks on each side line up perfectly if you're in the center. So if you've got this perfectly in the center, your tick mark here and your tick mark here, you're going to have the same number on each side, and they're going to be in the same spot. So you know you're directly in the center. Then you're going to take a pen and you're going to draw here and here. And when you pull this away, it looks like you've got a little V that you've done here on the corner. Then you're going to take this and put your things together. At this point, I would probably suggest that you pin it just to keep your 2 pieces of binding together. And you're going to sew here and here. And again, you're going to want to back tat this because you're going to be moving this, and if you don't, your stitching is going to come out. So you're going to back tat here, come up here, come down here, and back tat again. Then when you get done, your seam is going to look similar to this. So what you're going to do then is you're going to trim here and trim here, and you're going to have a little point that sticks up here. Go ahead and trim that off as well, because that will eliminate the bulk in the corner of your binding. Then what you're going to do is you're basically going to flip this over. You're going to take this end of the binding tool and you're going to push it up in here to get your mitered corner. And when you're done, you have perfectly mitered corners. This works if you're going to want different colors of binding on each side of your quilt. It works if you're only going to use one fabric all the way around. And the nice part about it is you don't have to create any more binding other than what your pattern calls for to make this work. And another nice thing about it is you're not going to have that part on your quilt where you have to tuck those two things together and sew them. You're not going to have that bulkiness. It's going to be consistent all the way around your quilt. Thanks guys, and I hope you enjoy this tool as much as I do.